Yo, what's up? It's your boy, Stirs for the Girls. It's Friday. I'm happy to be back here another week for the intentional grounding 3-minute drill. That's right, folks. It's the 3-minute drill once again. And, I will go out and say real quick, I'd love to thank you for all the fans who actually listen to this. Listen to me rant for 3 minutes. So if this is your first time here, welcome. But this is my 3 to you, right? Because we're all about warming up and get ready for the season. So there's no Bills game. It's technically a bye week, but I'm still going to give you my 3 prevailing thoughts in under 3 minutes. So here we go. Thought number 1, Christian Kirksey to start at middle linebacker week 1. First of all, it feels really good to be on the side of the Bills making a move that kind of appeases the fan base at middle linebacker. We've all been screaming for it, clamoring for it. I felt like we didn't have a starting caliber middle linebacker on the roster. How much can we depend on Terrell Bernard, who hasn't played much this preseason at all? What have we seen from Tyrel Dotson that we actually like, or something that we can take into the season with him being our middle linebacker? And my answer to that is not much at all. Not much at all. So I love the fact that they signed Christian Kirksey to this. You know what? Now I'm all jumbling over myself. But we signed him to the practice squad, and I'm pretty pumped about that. I do think him coming in here, I think it's going to take him a couple weeks to kind of get it together, right? So he has this week. Next week is leading up to a game. I think he can come in and solidify that position. I'm not going to sit here and say that he's just going to blow it up. He's just going to be fantastic. But what I am saying, he's good enough to give you impact at the position, and he's a starting caliber middle linebacker. So I'm totally pumped about that. Next up, let's talk some numbers here. So I've been clamoring and pounding the table all offseason about Dalton Kincaid. And I put a little post out on Twitter today about what his statistical output could be. And I said something along the tune of, let's say, I think it was like 56 receptions. He'll have about, 600 so odd yards and 5 touchdowns. Well, did you know the last five rookie tight ends to produce good to great numbers? Kyle Pitts had 1,000 yards. Jeremy Shockey had 894 with 74 receptions. Evan Ingram had 722 yards and 64 receptions. And John Carlson had 627 yards and 55 receptions. I think, based off of what we've seen from Dalton Kincaid, I think he could mirror an Evan Ingram, a John Carlson type season. So I'm predicting 55 receptions at least for Dalton Kincaid, 600 yards and 5 touchdowns. I think it's doable. Also, up next, we're going to talk about Josh Allen. Josh Allen was on the Pat McAfee show this week, and he mentioned wanting to throw for 7,500 yards. Pat was kind of baiting him. But, you come back from it, and looking at the previous MVP winners, they have something in common, and that is the number 40. Josh Allen will need a combined touchdowns of 40, passing and rushing. Now, Pat Mahomes blew it out of the water last year with 41 touchdown passes. Now, Josh is a dual threat. We know he can get it done in the air and on the ground. But, hey, can Josh Allen throw for 5,000 yards this season and 40 touchdowns combined with what he does on the ground? I mean, that would be a lot of production for number 17, but I think he can do it. So, am I saying Josh Allen's going to win the MVP? No, not necessarily. But with this offense, It's high octane, baby. I think it's something that he can do. I think Josh Allen's definitely going to finish this season top 2 in the MVP race. So those are my 3 thoughts this week. Christian Kirksey, middle linebacker week 1. Dalton Kincaid impact. I think he had 55 receptions, 600 yards, and 5 touchdowns. And Josh Allen will submit himself in the MVP discussion. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the 3-minute drill right here on the Intentional Grounding podcast on the Buffalo Rumblings Vidcast Network. I will be here every single week. Make sure that you are locked and loaded and tuned in to this broadcast. I appreciate you, and we out of here. See ya.